Yeah, my name is Ofentse. I'm gonna be filming you today. So yeah, this side we need to go get it. That side. Okay, so you can hit a left. You didn't have trouble waking up this morning?
I'm a late riser. Morning shows are not for me.
Yeah, I've had to get used to it over time.
Yeah.
I think we are 3 months in. Was it 4 months in? On the show, on the breakfast show. So yeah, it's been.
I'm not sure if I would get used to it.
Hey, but then you're a legend now, so ngiyabonisa ngiyakubonisa ngisho. It was already upstairs. Okay, so we're gonna go two stairs, 2 blocks down, and then yeah, we'll be in the studios.
Why are you doing it from downstairs?
I think they're busy fixing the studio upstairs because we're upstairs the whole week.
Okay.
So I think they're adding plug points or something. Okay, so they're at the stairs, right? She's gonna go 2 blocks down. Yeah.
So you're doing this every day?
Yes, sir. So yeah.
Social media.
Yeah, so I do the digital because now we still I come from a digital radio station, right, and online. What's back in the? I think I met you there at Massive Metro.
Yes.
So what I'm adding to like this traditional radio space is the digital side. Okay, so we're gonna go in that way. I think we went 2 blocks down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we go this way. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is add on to the live situation because now content needs to live outside. Okay, you're gonna hit it right. Content needs to live outside a studio. You know what I mean? So that like even in future, whenever clients want to come and do things, we can add on. We're like, okay, cool. We also have videos now over and above what we're doing. So you're gonna hit it right over here. Yes, sir. And then it's not this one; it's the next one. Yeah.
I've been to a few of them.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, and then the guys are over here. ID. No, it's this, do I let him in? Okay.
How are you?
Very well, how are you?
Good, thank you for coming.
No,
Thank
thanks
you.
for having me.
Come.
Oh,
Okay.
how are you?
I'm good, how's it?
I'm good.
Thabo.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Okay, you guys are good, ne?
Yep.
Okay, sure.
Thabo, can I please have your ask for your help?
Ladies and gentlemen, Ralf Gum is in the house.
Mr. Ralf, how are you doing?
Some problems into that scene with some heavy traffic. And we break out an
Yo, big homie.
Morning, brother.
Story there, the roadworks on the R20 on south of Pomona, pushing traffic all the way back to Bartfontein Road.
I feel like I'm going to put on my resume the Ralf Gum
Glen
is my
Hove
name.
on the bike one running south, so from
I might just get
Sandon
some
down
things.
through Melrose. That's pretty easy. And this morning, N7 very slow from Fairgate Mall, moving up through the Epping area.
You are!
Work our way towards
You
the
are, I meant
N2
it.
into Hospital Bend. With your traffic update,
I'm Robert. Good morning, brother. Good morning, bro. Good morning, my brother.
How are you doing?
Good to see you, my brother. It's been a while. Good to see you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Let's have fun, my brother. Let's have fun, my brother. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Did Lebo tell you to also bless us with a set? Oh, you brought some music. Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to that one. I was worried about that one. Cool.
Now just check your headphones if everything's cool.
Listen.
Hi, this is Motaung, and you're listening to Lelo on the Pulse.
That was 2 years ago. Yes. Good to see you, man, and welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
You all know. What time do you wake up this morning to be here?
I'm a late riser usually.
You're a late riser.
This was a challenge. I wasn't sure about traffic coming from Centurion, so I left at 6 to be safe.
Oh yeah, because you know mid-rent can always be a mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
It still was cool at that time, but I got up at 5.
Okay, now cool, man. Now welcome, and thank you so much for gracing
Not
us
my
with
time,
presence.
but I'm here.
Do you live here in Johannesburg or in Cape Town?
No, I stay in Centurion.
You say Centurion. You know, I would have thought you were going to say you stay in Cape Town.
Cape Town is like a nice holiday destination.
Yeah,
I didn't come here.
You can hear
to
he speaks like a South African.
Stay in another European city.
And it is Europe.
Cape Town is very
We
European.
call it Europe. I'm actually quite shocked.
No, I stay in Centurion since I came here, 12 years now.
Yeah.
And Centurion is
12.
is central.
Wow.
Oh no, it does. Oh,
I hear you like meat. Where do you get your meat there in Centurion? Which butchery?
Different ones, you know. My wife does the shopping. but
Oh.
I love meat only.
There was actually a butchery.
Sanyama.
Chisanyama.
oh yeah. Because it's his song. Okay, cool. That's good.
And no regrets. None.
All right, let's go in. Let's go in. 7:40 on Radio 2000. Our music, your memories. Ralf Gum. The track is called The Pop. Yes. Bayenze ka papa. Sebabulela ka papa bohobe. He's a renowned German DJ, music producer, and entrepreneur. His career started in 1990, and since then he has played at more than 350 German and international venues, Europe, Japan, the Middle East, South Africa, has been all over the world. He's got a latest single called Happy Ending, which we will bless you with a bit later on. It is a remarkable single collaboration between himself and award-winning United States and house music and R&B vocalist Donald Sheffe. This inspired track strikes a perfect balance, offering uplifting melodies with profound depth. He's been in South Africa for quite some time. He's been all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ralf Gum! Yes, he's here.
A legend in the game.
Yes, he's here.
Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it very much.
Thank
It's been
you.
a while.
Thank you for waking up for us, bro. We appreciate
He
it.
was saying off air that he doesn't normally wake up this early.
No, I don't know. I'm a late riser. It maybe came as well with my job, which is
Yes,
usually
yes.
at night.
Yes,
time.
yes.
And as well, studio, I prefer the night vibe. I don't know. It's in me, and getting up early is not too easy. But
So-
I mean, it's a pleasure to
So
do
if
it
somebody
for
wants
you,
to
you
stay in
know?
bed with you at night to cuddle, there's no cuddles at night, Ralph.
No, there are cuddles too. I'm a married man. And
I love it.
Ralph, I mean, you've been in South Africa for more than a decade now. What attracted you to this country?
Many things, you know. I can't put it in short, but it's the people, it's the nature, it's the weather, it's the music scene, it's the love for rhythm and house music. It's because we made friends here, my wife and I, and there always has been an energy in this country which attracted us, and every time we had to go back to Germany, it felt like we leave home, and I can't tell you why.
Yeah, how did you find out about South Africa first and foremost?
I heard about the music scene through other people who have been booked here before me, like Rocco, who came here, and Louis Vega, who was booked here. And there was one person who pretty much brought all of them, DJ Christos. And in 2008, I suddenly received a call from DJ Christos asking me if I would like to come for a tour. I think 4 gigs a week, and I was waiting for that opportunity because I heard so much about how house music in general, but as well my music is perceived in this country and received in this country. And so in 2008 I came for the first time, and that's where the love story with the country started.
It's interesting though that a German man would, because Germany is known for techno, you know, that techno sound.
Yes.
That a German man would be so soulful, right? I want to know where the DJing journey began, and the soulful part. What made you fall in love with? How did you meet soulful house?
I again can't really explain. I think it's in me somehow. I came across house music end of the 80s together with a lot of other things you mentioned, like techno.
Yes.
And there was hip hop coming up. But I've always been somehow feeling the soulful stuff more than the other stuff. And in Germany it was quite unusual.
It was.
Because especially at that time, we after Kraftwerk, there came all those techno DJs who brought techno sound to the world, and Germany has been renowned for
techno,
pushing that.
Yeah.
Yes, and what really convinced me was my first time visiting New York. I've been to New York in 1992. And I heard a lot of those DJs who are still legends now, like I heard Louis Vega on a Wednesday, and I heard other people playing there. And that was where I, for the first time, heard house music all night long.
Okay.
And I knew this is
you fell in love.
I want to bring back to Germany, because at that time we hardly had real house music nights. House music maybe was a little part of a night where they played
underground
mixed music,
yeah.
and so I wanted to bring that back, and I did it since then, and I struggled at some points because people thought I'm crazy and didn't feel the music and wasn't hard enough for some, but yeah, you do what you feel, I guess.
Your dad was in construction.
Yes.
Is he still in construction today?
Unfortunately, he passed away 4 years ago.
Sorry about that, brother.
Our condolences. Was it easy for you to convince him, a man in construction, that this is not the path I want to take?
No, my parents always thought it's a nice hobby, you know. That's what probably a lot of artists tell you. You are not really understood, especially in the beginning of your career, when you still have a lot of struggles, when income doesn't come in, but you still want to do the same thing, and you're not willing to do the traditional job or what your parents thought you should or would do at some point. It comes, I think, with being an artist and being a bit crazy. You have to be a bit crazy.
You have to revolt and
your own mind, and you need to be able to, as much as other people think you should do something else, you need to know what you want to do to
and
be able to do it and pursue it. Yeah.
What did you say? What did you say was your breakthrough project?
I don't know. I feel I never had one. I feel like I had a slow but steady growth over time.
Yeah.
And there were certain songs who gained more popularity than others, but at the end of the day, I feel people see me for the body of work I did, and not only for
A particular
Complicated.
song,
Who won today?
No, it
against-
hasn't won. We're still competing.
We're still competing.
Complicated.
But it can't be though. But "Take Me to My Love" was almost the song that
was
made
later, I
you.
think.
But it made him. He was underground, I think, for the longest
Yes.
time. "Take Me to My Love" made him commercially
Oh, in South Africa.
Yes,
viable.
in South Africa.
Yes,
I totally agree.
yes.
I had "Kissing Strangers" 4
Kissing
years
Strangers.
earlier.
That was big. That was big.
Yeah.
which was at that 2008 on Traxsource, which is like a important download store, the best-selling house track of the year globally.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So globally, I feel "Kissing Strangers" was almost bigger than "Take Me to My Love."
Really?
But "Take Me to My Love" was released 2012, exactly when I moved here, and it blew up in this country like no other
It
song
introduced
of
us to
mine-
Ralf Gum.
mine
Yeah, a
before,
lot of
so-
people.
Yes, it introduced us.
DJs,
to
we
Ralf
already knew him.
Yeah.
Gum. Yeah.
DJs, we already knew him. For me, before I ask about the new song, Happy Ending, I want to ask about specifically Centurion. Why choose to live in
I
Centurion?
would have thought Cape Town. I was so shocked when he said Centurion when I walked in the studio. I would have thought Cape Town, Ralph.
No, Cape Town is a beautiful holiday destination. Centurion, actually, most of my friends, when we moved here, were staying in Midrand. I was looking for something in Midrand, but didn't find the right thing in Midrand, but found something in Centurion, so I ended up being there and never left, you know.
But it's also
so
central,
interesting.
right?
The
The airport is not far, Sandton is not far.
Pretoria is not far. Joburg is not far.
It's in the middle of everything, you
Yes.
know? Yeah.
Yeah. His name is Ralf Gum, and when we come back, we are rocking you guys with his brand new one called Happy Ending. The legend is in studio. Good morning.
Complicated. This is the winning song. Ralph, you agree, right?
I'm happy.
You happy?
But I would
Vote,
have
vote,
been happy
vote.
with "Take Me to My Love."
Nah, this one is the winning song. Complicated.
But in South Africa, it will not be
No,
Take Me to
let
My
me
Love.
tell you something. Ralph knows this is his favorite track of all his tracks. This is his favorite track. Winning.
Let's see what South Africa says.
Complicated. Yebo.
Bethlehem. I get Friday buffet.
Friday, my
It's
brother.
not that complicated.
It's not that complicated. Complicated. It's a whole.
Hola.
Ola, eta ola. CPPS. Ya umuntu strong la amasifort eMpumalanga.
Sure.
Bheka sibuda.
Sure.
Ngigayi uMonique noma ngabe yinini.
Noma ngabe
nawo
yini.
noma
Noma ngabe yini. Take Me to My Love.
The big breakfast show.
Sure.
Whitewash Mams Kibiriki.
Whitewash, darling.
Whitewash. Lindbergh. Barilinde. Kita mali Monique Bingham. Kempomana ka mo itusi. One of West. Asbuda lo. Loles. Hola Lelo.
Itcha.
Hola. Hola.
Sanibonani.
Sawubona.
Hello, sweetheart.
Isisukile ke manje.
Isukile ke manje.
Complicated.
Complicated.
Morning, team.
Morning.
Going with Ralf Gum. Take Me to My Love.
Take Me to My Love. Thank you, boy.
Tatumbe.
Good morning, BBS.
Morning.
Lotus Gardens, guys. Nakitama Lelo, complicated.
Complicated. Thank you.
Inathi luna ropa lelo, lamu.
Ba pouncer.
Let's win this. It's complicated.
Complicated.
Very good morning,
Morning.
Big breakfast show.
You belong on radio.
All the way from Potchefstroom. Nabona bakhaitsuke samayeli. Take Me to My Love.
Tatunbege.
Hello, when I'm Skip.
Hello.
Let's say until the last hour. Danko Buffet 2. Last day of the week for you guys. Happy Monday. Thank you very much to the Big Breakfast Show. But our music,
your memory.
On a Friday.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, boy.
Head to head to Kisamale Abuchilelo.
Samalin. Complicated.
The breakfast team.
Morning.
On this morning's head to head, I'm going with Ralf Gum, featuring Monique Venom. Take Me to My Love.
Take me to Tatunbege.
Morning, big breakfast show.
Morning.
Winning, Monique anytime.
Monique anytime.
Tattooed bag.
Monique, anytime.
Good morning, Big Breakfast Show. Good morning, Lelo. Kupu, Mam Kivengu.
Hello, darling.
Dineo, hello, Motaung. Today's head to head. Our Lelo is not complicated, my brother, this morning.
Thank you.
It's not complicated.
Not complicated.
Complicated.
Take me to my love.
Take me to my love.
Son.
There we go. Tattoo the bag.
DJ Smooth, Nathi and Lelo on the Big Breakfast Show. Monday to Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. Radio 2000. Our music, your memories.
That's unbelievable.
I've played all the voice notes. Please send more for head to head.
It's a guy in DJ Nation doing it, and I've been there a few times. I haven't been the last years, but just because it's so unusual, to go to a farm, open field, and you find 20,000 people. That's fun to do. But I don't know, Usually I actually like small venues more
Really?
than anything else.
So we want to talk about happy end.
Yes.
Have you met him?
Take it on air. Take it on air. Ask that question on air. Let's go on air. Ralf Gum with Donald Sheffy on Radio 2000. Our music, your memories. Happy Ending, a brand new single from Ralf Gum.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Sheffy, an amazing vocalist. I mean, he's worked with even some number of producers here in South Africa. Dineo, notably. So, have you met the guy?
No, I unfortunately haven't. But Neville Nasty Neff is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Donald asked me if I would be interested to collaborate.
Yeah.
And so after talking with Nasty Neff and hearing he's a really nice guy, not only an amazing vocalist,
Yeah.
I decided to do something with him and our first collaboration. And I couldn't be happier about that one.
Because the thing about Donald Sheffy, he's got a knack of working with producers, but not really being in the same studio as them. But he still makes amazing music.
Yes, I mean, that's a nice thing about technology. We now can work with people from all over the world and connect with them. As we can on social media to connect, we are able to send our music back and forth and work together. And it's a good thing, it's a blessing as well.
As a curse.
It's nicer to be in the same room when you create with someone. So I'm missing those days actually where you are with the vocalist in studio. It's not the same if you work remotely, however.
But you did the same thing with Monique. Monique Bingham, when you guys started working together, it was remote, right?
Yeah.
She wasn't in the studio.
I mean, these days, most of the projects, unfortunately, are remote. I'm trying to work as much as I can with South African artists simply for the reason that I can get them in my studio too. But even sometimes, I can give it away. My next single will be with Brian Temba.
Yes.
And
nice.
I really wanted to record with him in my room, but he said, sorry, I have my own room and I'm used to work here.
He said no to a global DJ. How do you say no? I'm used to.
No, he didn't say no.
He didn't say no.
I'm coming to you. I'm running to your studio.
He's been at my studio. He loves my studio, but he still prefers to
his
work
own environment.
In his own environment. And as a producer, you have to accept that. Yeah. And it's cool,
Yeah.
Everybody needs to find his own way of doing things.
His name is
Is she sing while you are?
I mean, she understood and she accepted.
2 minutes.
I think she still doesn't fully understand what I actually do,
And when she came here to visit, and I wanted to show her in the studio, she as well.
She's come to visit.
Yeah, she's been here
Oh,
twice.
nice. Where did you take her when she was here? Where did you take her?
Not even 5 seconds.
Different
that's
places.
like 20 seconds.
She's been here before. I've been here for holidays,
Really?
end of the 90s or something, you know.
So it wasn't her first time.
No, she wanted to see Cape Town, how it changed.
Yes,
20 years later. Last time she came, I said no, not Cape Town again. So we did Durban.
Why are you so
for a
anti
change.
Cape Town? You're so anti Cape Town, you know. I feel like you're
No,
not.
no,
you're
no,
not-
I'm not anti Cape Town. I just think there's more.
There's
than-
more to explore.
So every tourist who comes here goes to Cape Town,
Yes.
and you have so many other beautiful spots.
And most people from Europe will buy firstly in Cape Town before they look anywhere else.
And in other
For
news, the
property.
Ahmed Kathrada Foundation will today commemorate the lives
Ralf,
of whistleblower
how do you come up with your music? Like, say for example, it's complicated or something. You wake up and you get into a studio. How do you come up with that?
The magic.
I get up, I wake up, I go to studio, and I often don't know
What you doing?
what will happen. It's like I go to work and I do that as much as I can every day. And then it develops, you know, it starts with little pieces and it develops to somewhere.
But it develops what from playing with vinyls and just.
What's the process?
The process is it's all instruments, it's all analog for me.
Okay.
So maybe turning on a drum machine
Alright.
and getting the kick.
Yes.
And the kick inspires me to
Wow.
get the next element.
Yes.
On another day, maybe not a drum machine, but a synthesizer, piano. I look for chords.
Okay.
And how
The
long does it
chords
normally
and-
take you to put together a song? Like,
You never know.
Sure.
Take Me to My Love from what I initially sent to Monique until we had that song took 1.5 years.
what?
Yeah.
What? What? Take me to my love.
Take me to my love.
So I sent her a playback, she recorded. I heard what she recorded. I felt I need a new playback because it's nice what she did, but not for what I
What you had
gave her. You know?
presented.
Doesn't work together. So I did the actual playback of Take Me to My Love, which took again forever. And then she heard the playback and then she rewrote and re-recorded. So sometimes it's like this, on other occasions you do something, it takes 3 days, you send it to the singer, he takes another 3 days, you get it back, you work a week or 2 weeks. So it can be 3 weeks, it can be months, you know.
So besides Brian Timber, who else are you possibly eyeing for a collaboration with here in SA? Which artists are standing up for you? Hold on to me, I'll ask you this.
Related heavily back up as it crashed just south of Queensland.
Before
The drive
she
causing delays
had
both
her
ways.
stroke.
The M2 running north further up towards Umhlanga has a stationary truck in the roadworks, so there's a delay.
then
Pretty heavy this morning between Sherwood and Pavilion, both directions
Managed to
on
get
the
in touch
M3
with her
and the
anymore.
M2.
I see she's back now.
She's back now, yeah, she's on
and
stage
she
again.
looks good and everything.
And
But
sounding
On the road
good.
due to an earlier
Somehow
truck
I
fire
didn't
and crash there.
manage to get
They've
in
done the
touch
M1
with her
inbound,
anymore.
remains slow
How
as
do
you
you-
come through from
how do you
N1
choose?
City all the way through to the elevated
what is-
freeway.
what is-
And I just
what
want
is it that
to
draws
remind
you
you about
to-
the closure of the N2 going into
to
Quebec
an
this morning from
artist?
Blue Water Bay. Again, full moon and high tides have washed the sea debris
You
up
never
onto the
know,
N2
you know.
inbound. So as you approach
With
Shepherd's Lane,
Lira,
it's a bit
it's
slow.
her
With your traffic
passion
updates,
which
I'm Rob
attracts me
Byrne.
because
Our
she
tunes will go
loves
out of their way to
singing.
charge some music on your car insurance. If they
being
can't,
on
ask for
stage.
500 rands. SMS out to
I
30753.
wanted
Now
to do
that's good
something
news.
with her.
Those were the top
I was
stories for this
supposed
hour.
to DJ
Don't miss out on a possible
after
car insurance
her at
saving.
the
SMS out to
event.
30753
And it was
for
her
a quote.
birthday and she
Outsurance, where you
refused
always
to
get
stop.
something.
She wanted to go on. And I ended up not playing anymore.
No
because
way!
She went over time, right? And I loved that so much and I understood where she's coming from. That after that, I was a fan, you know. And then I only
It's
met-
interesting that you weren't
I-
offended. It says a lot about you. That says a lot about you.
But I mean, you need to accept, it was her birthday and she...
This is what she wanted to do. This is how she wanted to celebrate.
She wanted to sing, so... I only met her years later. And then I asked her if we can do something, and then we started working, and then the stroke happened, so... But I'll make it happen at some point. I'm that person who doesn't give up.
Yeah. Did you ever imagine it would end up like this for you? This global stardom, this global impact that you've had? A young man from Germany with such a global foot, like...
Yeah, I think when you start out, you don't know
passion.
That it's passion.
It's just passion.
I mean, it was a different time. You didn't have social media. You didn't even know what's happening with your music elsewhere.
How people were responding to your music.
Yes,
you were working from the dark.
Unless people told you.
And 30 years, it's 30 years now. It's more than 30 years. 30 years later, you're still as passionate.
I love
They say
that's why I
if people
continue
did
doing it,
That is inspiring. But also it must be difficult though.
I know about it.
Is it difficult to... I mean, I'm assuming that you need to push yourself as an artist, right? After each offering, you need to... And 30 years later, how do you still remain relevant? Like, because you've got a completely new audience now.
I think if you have something to offer, at some point it becomes easier because people now know your name, and if you release something new, the chances people see it are higher than for a newcomer.
Some people see
I agree you need to push yourself all the time, but sometimes it's good to be awkward too, If you're the quiet guy who doesn't push yourself, people sometimes are like, everybody pushes you. Everything is in your face, and then there's that guy who's not
no, you
in your
can't,
face,
no, you can't.
But there's the music all the time.
Like Neville, your friend Neville.
Like
Neville.
Neville.
Neville's not in your face.
Yeah.
But when he
I
drops...
played for his birthday tonight in Rustenburg.
That's nice. He's a DJ like that. He's not in your face, and yet when he drops...
He's not in your face, but he will always be there. His music will be there. And sometimes it works in your advantage, if you're a bit different.
Yes.
Not so much about
kissing strangers. Oh my goodness.
Do you feel the need though to evolve? I'm asking this because who you were when you started out so many years ago, and who you are musically today. Is there an evolution that took place in terms of how you approach music, how you do music?
Yes, it always needs to change. It can't be a copy. Last things. People always say, when do you do something like Take Me to My Love again? And I'm like,
why would I want to do that again?
It's there, and you can't
duplicate.
Do a copy of something. It will always be a copy and not the original,
So interesting.
So, yeah. I hope the music evolves, and
it
obviously
does.
as a person you want to change.
It sounds. Can I tell you what it sounds? It sounds familiar because we can still hear you, but it is different. If you get what I mean, do you get what I mean?
Yes.
We still know it's you, but it's not the same thing.
I hope so.
That's the plan.
But also, talking about the Bring Me to My Love. You say it took me about a year.
Take me to
my love.
Tattoo maker, bring me, take me.
About a year.
Put me under.
But then, how do you know that it's complete now? Now this is it. I shouldn't tamper with it anymore.
There's always a point. You sit in the studio and you are able to listen.
I was about to say that's a good question.
It's the first time you're able to listen to those 6-7 minutes, however, whatever the length of the song is, without wanting to do something on it. There's always that point.
So you feel it.
I listen to it and...
Does he have other voice notes also?
Yes.
It's a feeling.
Yes. And if it's not complete, I always
want to
stop and change,
okay.
or do something on it. The vocal louder, or the hi-hat or whatever it is, what you want to change, there's something you want to change. At some point you listen and
Now tell me, what do you think is radio's impact when it comes to the process of making music? Because I mean, house songs are generally long, but radio likes songs shorter so that they can fit more songs within a show.
I mean, that's why there are always radio edits, shorter radio edits.
Yeah.
And it's not only radio, it's streaming now too, you know. The attention span of people becomes shorter and shorter, so you need a radio edit even only for Spotify, not even for radio anymore. Even Spotify, Apple, you need a shorter edit.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Good or bad?
Ralf Gum and taxi, Axi South African. Who's what is South Africa? Ralf Gum is South African, yes.
No, he's not.
He is now.
Ralf Gum. I remember there's a song that took me to Kuruman for about 2 months on back-to-back weekend. And yeah, that specific song was a banger. Even Rocco Rodamal, who used to play at Capello, at Camel Rock, at some of the clubs there, he would play.
Join us on Sunday, 25 August at Mark's Park.
My parents have been here, my aunt has been here once. But yeah, I mean...
How's Christmas for you then? Christmas time for you? Do you celebrate Christmas?
This Women's Month.
It's the busiest time of the year for us teachers, you know. So usually my family goes and I follow early June.
Oh. You're like a politician. The family goes, you follow later. You're like, okay.
But not every year, you know. Sometimes we stay here. Yeah.
Do you have little ones?
Two.
Okay, go ahead.
Concert is here and it's brought to you by Touch XP in partnership with the SABC. With the biggest gospel artists on this continent, we've got Dr. Rebecca Malupe, Sbu Noah, Dr. Tumi, Lebu Sikhubela, Tina Zungu, Dr. Winnie Mashaba, Pastor Kabelo Bugolov, and many, many more. It's happening on Saturday, the 28th of September at Supersport Cricket Park in Centurion, where Ralf Gum lives. Kids below 12 enter free. Tickets are available at Ticket Pro.
2000 Teo May color. Ralf Gum and taxi South African. Who's what is South Africa here? Ralf Gum is South African, yes.
He says all along, all these years, he thought you were South African. All these years. He says he's even grown, he's a grown man. He thought you were South African.
Quite often. Morning, BBS.
Yeah.
Morning. Ralf Gum. I remember there's a song that took me to Kuruman for about 2 months on back-to-back weekends. And yeah, that specific song was a banger. Even Rocco Rodamal, who used to play at Capello, at Camel Rock, at some of the clubs there, he would play quite often, in fact. Yeah, for the winning song, Take Me to My Love.
Chantun Meg.
Big breakfast show, but what are you doing to me?
Morning.
Ralf Gum is one of my favorite deep house DJs. I've been following him since he was underground. So, Mams Gebengu, some of us knew him before everyone. It's not that made us know Ralph, okay?
Okay,
For
noted.
Voting sake, complicated.
Thank you.
Morning, the Big Breakfast team.
Morning.
This is Colin from Pretoria. Wawana bra Ralf Gum. Oh, I've been following that guy. I'm a house music head for all those that know me.
Yeah.
The songs that are my favorite that have been produced by Ralf Gum are endless. From his Progressions album, Claudette featuring Monique Bingham, the track with Ayanda Jia. But I think my favorite track would just have to be with Monique Bingham, Little W 12th Street. Yeah, that's my favorite. Thank you for the beautiful music, Ralf Gum. He's South
Thank
African
you.
now. He's South
Appreciate
African.
He's South African.
African.
Talking about Claudette with Monique Bingham, here it is, Ralf Gum in studio.
Who inspired you to be this or to love this type of sound? Surely. No?
Not a single person, you know. It's a lot of influences and a lot of other artists I respect and maybe took little parts there and a bit there.
I like that. To create a Ralf Gum.
Serious for that thing.
We're all reflections of something, I guess, you know.
Yeah. Do you ever experience creative blocks? Like, do you ever get into the studio and you're not able to create a song? Like
Not for long. You know.
Really?
There are days where I feel like, nah, I don't even need to. Or I try and I realize it doesn't. That was my day. Maybe a second and a third. Maybe a week.
Do you, with each song that you create, you know that you're creating a masterpiece.
No.
But it's
five.
And you're creating for yourself.
Yes.
You're not creating
I don't think about
to
it.
have a particular. You're creating for self.
People.
Yeah, I want to create something I find beautiful.
Does your wife love the music?
She's a househead. So
She's a househead as well. How long have you guys been together now?
We married.
All right, let's go. Come.
2008.
Sorry about that.
They might mistake you for a thief.
Called Claudette. They asked a very good question off air, and I thought, let me just take it on air. When do you know when a song is done?
I always know it exactly. It's the first time I'm able to listen from start to finish without hearing something I want to change. And sometimes I'm faster there, sometimes it takes longer, but there's always that point where I can just listen and feel it is complete now.
So it's a feeling.
It's a feeling more than anything. Yeah.
Do you ever reach, or have you ever experienced a creative block where you enter the studio and you're just not able to create?
Yeah, I definitely have those days, but it usually doesn't stay for long. Can happen a day or two, or sometimes I have a week where I'm not really creative, but it doesn't stay long. I'm a creative person, and usually if I can't create for too long, I actually become moody. It's something I need to do to find my own balance.
Fulfillment.
Yes.
And it's your full-time job. You do it every day, no?
I do it as much as I can, yeah. It's my full-time job, it's my life, it's my everything.
All right, he's here, and the winning song...
Complicated. This is the one to vote for. 060-584-2250. Yeah, the results are coming up, and you guys are going to be so surprised.
That is our head-to-head today. Ralf Gum's Classics. Complicated going up against Take Me to My Love.
Tattooed bag.
Tattooed bag.
Tattooed lahlelo kumntu wami bethu nali weekend. Pelavik mayifana nenye masithanda nini.
He's about to give us a dope 20-minute set. I can't wait for it.
I can't wait for it. I feel like I want to go have breakfast with him after. Like I've been talking to you all morning.
Hola. Damas y caballeros. Bienvenido a Head to Head. So, what's the voice notes there? Complicated versus Take Me to My Love. 50 counted. It is 20-30 to Take Me to My Love.
Of course.
And then on Facebook, 291 counted. It is 110 to 181 to Complicated. And then on WhatsApp channels 1,160 counted, it is 238 to 922. So on aggregate 1,501 counted, it is 439 to 1,062. And the winner by split decision, Take Me to My Love.
It's a South African anthem. It's a South African anthem. It's the biggest house hit in South Africa. What did you think was going to happen?
And the biggest winner it is Ralf Gum, our guest.
Also, I told you, whitewash, tattooed bag.